The spotlight's unforgiving glare has a way of amplifying not just melodies but the silences between them, and for Keith Urban, that void resonated louder than any amplifier during his latest performance. Fresh from the seismic rupture of his nearly two-decade marriage to Nicole Kidman, a union dissolved through a terse court filing citing irreconcilable differences, the 57-year-old country crooner stepped onto the stage at Pennsylvania's Giant Center in Hershey on a crisp autumn evening, unadorned by the familiar glint of his wedding band and unaccompanied by the fiery riffs of his longtime guitarist, Maggie Baugh. It was his inaugural gig as a newly single man, a rite of passage that should have pulsed with raw, cathartic energy, yet Baugh's conspicuous absence transformed the show into a tableau of speculation, her empty spot beside Urban's pedal steel a canvas for the public's prurient projections. As fans swayed to anthems of heartache and hope, the whispers of cheating, fueled by viral clips and age-gap awkwardness, hung like smoke over the arena, casting long shadows on what was meant to be a triumphant solo debut. Urban's entrance was a masterclass in poised vulnerability, striding center stage in a crisp white shirt unbuttoned just enough to reveal the tattoos that mapped his turbulent history, from addiction's abyss to sobriety's summit. The ring finger, once circled by the simple gold band symbolizing his vows to Kidman, lay bare, a subtle but stark semaphore of severance. Without it, his gestures, the flourish of a pick, the sweep of a strum, carried an unencumbered fervor, as if the weight of wedlock had been lifted, allowing his passion to pour unfiltered into the microphone. The setlist, a greatest hits gallop from Somebody Like You to Wild Hearts, throbbed with the urgency of a man reclaiming his narrative, his voice, that golden gravel honed in Australian outbacks and Nashville nights, cracking with emotion on ballads that now felt prophetically personal. Fans, a sea of Stetsons and sequins numbering over 10,000, sensed the shift. Cheers swelled not just for the hooks but for the humanity, their applause a balm for the balladier's freshly fractured heart. Yet, the elephant in the amplifier stack was Baugh's bewildering benching. The 28-year-old phenom, whose blistering solos had become Urban's sonic secret weapon since joining his band in 2018, was nowhere to be found. Her usual perch, stage right, Gibson in hand, her mane of curls whipping like a metronome to the groove, stood vacant, a void that no understudy could fill. Baugh, a Nashville wunderkind whose own singles like Holy Water blend bluegrass bite with pop polish, had been more than a sideman. She was Urban's onstage alchemist, transmuting his introspective tunes into explosive extrapolations. Her absence wasn't announced, no pre-show PSA or mid-set shout-out, but it screamed nonetheless, especially in the wake of the divorce bombshell that had detonated just days prior. Kidman's filing, a clinical catalog of irreconcilable differences lodged in a Los Angeles courtroom, had blindsided even close confidants, painting a picture of a power couple eroded by the relentless tides of fame. Her globe-trotting Oscar chases clashing with his tour trail troubadouring, their daughters Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret caught in the custody crossfire. The infidelity inferno had been kindled earlier that week, sparked by a viral video from a prior concert where Urban, in a moment of lyrical legerdemain, repurposed his 2017 duet, The Fighter. Originally a vow of vigilance penned for Kidman amid his early sobriety struggles. The original's tender pledge, "When they're trying to get to you baby I'll be the fighter," had been a staple of his sets, a love letter crooned to sold-out crowds with Kidman often beaming from the wings. But in the immediate aftermath of the split surfacing, Urban twisted the tune, redirecting its devotion to Baugh with a casual, "When they're trying to get to you Maggie I'll be your guitar player." The alteration, delivered with a wink and a riff that Baugh echoed flawlessly, exploded across social media like a rogue firework. Clips amassed millions of views, dissected in comment sections ablaze with conjecture. Was this playful pedagogy or Paramore's proclamation? The 29-year age chasm between Urban and Baugh, he the grizzled veteran, she the fresh-faced firebrand, only fanned the flames, with detractors decrying it as cringe daddy vibes, and defenders dismissing it as harmless band banter. Social media sleuths didn't stop at the lyric tweak. They unearthed archival footage of Urban and Baugh in unguarded moments, shared laughs during soundchecks, her hand steadying his strap mid-solo, eyes locking in that electric synchronicity born of countless miles on the road. One TikTok thread, racking up 500,000 likes, framed it as a slow-burn affair. From fighter to flirt, Nicole deserved better. The speculation snowballing into salacious headlines that linked Baugh's rising star to Urban's romantic ruins. Her Instagram follows from Kidman's circle suddenly severed like snipped strings. Baugh herself, uncharacteristically silent, posted a cryptic story of her guitar case amid autumn leaves, captioned "Taking a Beat," which only amplified the ambiguity. Fans of Urban's loyal legion, those who had tattooed "Kiss a Girl" lyrics on their ribs, split into camps. The heartbroken, mourning the myth of his marital fortress, and the pragmatic, viewing it as the inevitable entropy of long-haul love. Enter the voice of vindication. Baugh's father, a steadfast figure in Music City's machinery, who swiftly shuttered the scandal with a statement as straightforward as a steel guitar slide. Their relationship is strictly professional, he asserted in a no-frills Facebook post, underscoring the mentorship that had blossomed from Baugh's audition tape to arena anthems. He recounted her journey, from Virginia fiddles to Urban's inner circle, as one of paternal pride, not paternal paranoia, emphasizing the collaborative camaraderie that country kinship cultivates. The clarification quelled some quarters but couldn't fully douse the digital bonfire. After all, in the age of algorithmic outrage, a single soundbite seldom silences the chorus. For Urban, the Hershey Show was a crucible of catharsis, his solo stature a statement of self-sufficiency. Without Baugh's blistering back and forth, he leaned into the lyrics' loneliness, extending solos into soul-searching sagas that had the crowd on its feet, tears tracing mascara trails. He bantered about his Aussie roots, the Hershey kisses that dotted the venue's lore, steering clear of the personal precipice but infusing every note with newfound nuance. Post-set, as he signed posters in the green room glow, whispers from crew hinted at Baugh's benching as a breather, tour fatigue, family pulls, but the optics were inescapable. This wasn't just a no-show, it was a narrative pivot, Urban alone under the lights, his ringless hand gripping the mic like a lifeline,